morning? I didn't wake you, did I? I wanted to make sure it was warm when you got up. So I got a little fire going for you. Wrapping you humans up helps. In a pinch. But being cold-blooded, there's only so much help that can be. If you need to rest more, we don't need to get going yet. I know yesterday's travel was a little rough. Getting in and out of the swampland can be rough. I've lived here my whole life, and it's more a matter of learning to deal with it than that it ever really gets easier. At least, you shouldn't need to worry out for too much in the way of predators. So I'm glad I can help with that. I know. You've got that very cute knife, and I'm sure your magic is helpful, but which or not, you're not accustomed to this landscape. I don't mean that in a rude way, but it's important to know your strengths and your weaknesses out here. Acknowledging that this is tough terrain is just smart. It's similar to knowing that cold days are days where I should stay out of sight. The lack of heat can make me drowsy, and this isn't a place you want to be sleepy in. It doesn't matter how much venom I've got or how potent it is. Not if I don't see something coming to bite it first. Things should calm down in a day or so of travel. We're out of the center of the swamp, so we're better off. But I don't want to let my guard down. We'll see less monsters as we get into the Arachne territory, but the ones that live closer to their kingdom they're clever. They know how to not get caught by Arachne hunters, which is... it's a feat and a half in and of itself. No need to be afraid, little one. I don't mean to scare you. Just make you aware, that's all. But right now, I'm watching out for you. Get the rest you need. You can be aware later. And I've got some food for you whenever you're ready to eat. Maybe nothing like your cities have, but it'll be something edible. Yes, I'm mostly carnivorous, but I see the plants that others eat. I know some of the edible greenery. I also know not to mess with the dangerous things. The mushrooms and the fungi. Misidentifying one of those is... it's as dangerous as anything else out here. I stick to the fruits and the foliage. I imagine it's a little basic again compared to the sort of things you have in your cities. Speaking of your cities, what are they like? It baffles me that you leave someplace that sounds so safe for someplace like this. I've heard tales here and there, but all the way out here at the very edge of the continent, on what is frankly the wrong side of the carnid domain. Not much makes it out here. Not in the way of people, or stories, or anything else. It sounds mostly mythical by the time it gets to us. I hear stories about buildings that scrape open the skies, about roads that never lead to the same place twice. I don't know. It sounds like a dream. Or a nightmare. Depending on what you eat. I guess it must seem a little weird to think of it as a nightmare. Especially coming from a place like this. But for all the chaos, there's an order to it, in a way. And you can listen to your instincts, and there's rules, in a way. There's guidelines. Monsters hunt when they're hungry. You stay out of the way. And that keeps you from turning into a meal. This is a place where instincts are the key. You protect what's yours. You keep out of what's others. You hunt when you're hungry, and you drink when you're thirsty. You run when your gut tells you to run. But cities, people, they seem different. Backwards. Not in a bad way, but you, for example, you came all the way out here into a dangerous story against what every instinct had to be telling you. I can't understand that, I guess. It seems hard to think so much instead of just living the way you feel you should live. Is this the way I feel like I should live? Well, I don't know any other way, I guess. My gut just tells me the stories about the city sound hard to imagine. Not knowing things out here is a danger, and a natural instinct is to run from danger, right? I guess why I want to protect you is a good question, too. I don't know. And that's what my gut tells me. That I want to protect you. That I need to protect you. So that's what I'm doing. You're not from here, and you're something soft and fragile. I'm not somebody that needs to be afraid of everything in these parts. So somebody who seems delicate. I don't want you to get hurt, and if I can stop that from happening, then I will. It's as simple as that. I'll be at the edge of the Arachne domain soon. You should be safer there. And I don't think it's a good idea for you to come back here. But considering you came here in the first place, I don't know that the words of a single Lamia would stop you anyhow. What was it that was so important to find anyway? I know you mentioned it was mostly a journey to gather ingredients, but is that it? Looking for something that you'll know when you see it. Well, I certainly hope you've seen it by now. I'd hope so. After making a trip like this, that it would be worth it, at the very least. It does seem like a very vague reason to put yourself in so much danger. But like I said, you shouldn't come back, but if you do, try and find me again. Okay? I'll take care of you out here. It's not as if I have anything better to do. And I would like to see you again. Is that something you can do, you think? You need something from me to track me down. Oh, let's see. I don't have much. Maybe. Here. Can I see one of those bottles you've got? The ones you've got on your side. Thank you. Alright, and a bit of fabric over the top. If I just pull that top down, should be able to. There we go. It's functional, at least. Some of my venom. Useful if you're in a bind. Ideally, of course, you'll be able to keep it for tracking me, but if you get yourself into a bind, then maybe it can be helpful then, too. Just be careful with it. And if you do decide to come back, it'd be nice if you could bring, I don't know, stories, pictures of your home. It'd be interesting to see what it's like where you're from. It's so foreign. I can barely imagine it. Alright, well, breakfast is about ready. Get all the rest you need and we'll set out. Should be at the edges of the kingdom by tomorrow evening.